What's up, everybody? Pastor Nate here, Wake World Church and Wake World Ministry. So we continue on with this whole flag challenge thing, and I see now people are burning the American flag or ripping it off posts, and it also goes through and still stomping on it, and so on and so forth. But they're also tearing down the battle flag. Listen, I'm not a history major. I understand that this country has had some messed up history behind it, but educate yourself. The flag that so many people think is a Confederate flag is not the Confederate flag. That is a battle flag, and there are African American people that do fly that flag that do know what it stands for. Okay, it represents the history of the South. Okay, but this is going to the extent of tearing down historical monuments of things that we came from to where we are now. A push going forward to change things. Now we're tearing those things down, saying it's racism. People, the history is history. The past is the past. Move on from it. But I do have a true flag challenge for you today. I truly do, because I used to be a part of the vision of this country. You know what that flag challenge is? It is not the American flag. It is not the Confederate flag. It's not any of the state flags. It's none of that. It's the flags that represent, and I don't have every single color of them. It represents the true division in our communities and the true destruction in our communities. And I used to be a part of it, and that's going to be the first flag that's stomped on and burned. It's gangs. It's gangs of all shapes and sizes, all colors. Those are the true domestic terrorists. Those are the true ones that are dividing this country and our communities and raising our kids up to go to prison or die. Exactly where a lot of these flags and these gangs were created, in the prison system. So what they can repeat again? Ask yourself, what does that value you? Raising up your kid to fly a flag on him so what he could represent that side of town? You are an American if you were born here. There is no racial identification with that. You are an American. You are what makes America. But flying these flags exactly like I used to, as you see in my pocket right now, is what creates division in our country. So we're going to be burning those today. My challenge is this. Now, understand this. I do not want you to even think about taking this challenge if you are any form of racism at all. If you have problems against white people, black people, whatever it is, you are an American. This challenge is for Americans. And this is also going to ruffle some feathers, and I'm going to warn you doing this because it is going to it's going to stir up a hornet's nest in some areas because they're gang oriented. They are dominated by gangs. But if you want to change your community, you have to be the community that changes it. I've said this for 3 months. In order for God gave me this it's not a revelation, it's really the truth. In order for a community to change a community, it takes a community to change a community. So we're going to start today. And I do have ISIS written down here. I don't want to waste my ink printing it off, their flag. I have the KKK here. I have Black Panthers. I have Nazis. And I have a list of almost every single known major gang in America. There's about 3 pages. I don't have all the sublet ones. There's close to 20,000 or something like. Anyways, this is truly what is dividing our country. If you want change in your community, start in your community. If you want change in this country, start in your community. It starts with getting the people out that want to off each other over a stupid color. I woke up from that. So what we're going to do today, I'm going to fold these up nice. I got my water on standby. Starting with what I used to be. Used to fly this flag over my left shoulder, have 13 on my right arm because I didn't want any place of where the Norteños or Bloods have their numbers on their right side. See, it's oversized, it's left and right, whatever. And I wasn't the hardest there was out there, but nonetheless, I still fly this flag. like it meant something. You know what it represents? Death. Death and dishonor to your own community. It represents people going to prison, growing up and just going to prison, growing up and being a part of the system. You want to change the system? Start today. There you go. That's how you stop the flag. That's how you stop things from continuing on. Bloods, Crips, Sureños, you're all burning today. Bloods, Norteños, all the families that have been hurt by the blood that you caused on yourselves. Latin Kings, and all the affiliates with that. This represents all the white supremacy gangs out there. Now again, this will ruffle some feathers. This will stir up a hornet's nest in your community. But I challenge you, the flags that are around in your neighborhoods, if you agree with what I'm saying, start burning it in your front yard. Start going and painting over the neighborhood tags. If you truly want change, this is where it starts. This represents the Black Panthers and all the racism that comes with that. I want change in my country. I understand there is a lot of division politically. And by the way, with that, I am not racist in any way, shape, or form, and it breaks my heart. The people, and I'm not going to try to attack the black community, but there's a lot of Democrats in that community. Go research where the Democratic Party started. Exactly the same sign that I burned today that said KKK on it is the one that started the Democratic Party because they didn't want you guys to have rights. And they devised a system long ago that would keep you in chains, even though they may seem invisible. If you want to change your community, say, well, it's hard out there because I'm black. Well, you know what? There are black people making it out there. There are Chicanos and Chicanas making it out there. There's all kinds of people making it out there. You have to put effort to try. I am not the most perfect man on this earth. I am far from it. But I do know this, what God's word says, and to keep in the context with it, what it says, Jesus is talking about possession of demons, and they're accusing him of using a demon to cast out a demon. He says, well, how can that be? How could Satan be against himself and use himself to cast himself out? He said it doesn't happen. If a kingdom is divided against itself, it shall not stand. If a city or town or family is divided against itself, it will not stand. If our country does not unite, we are no longer a United States. We are a divided nation. But how to unify us is getting rid of the division, and it starts right here. If you don't like this country, again, leave. I don't want you here because you're part of the problem and not the solution. This right here starts the solution. And again, I know this is dangerous. I know some people might get hurt doing exactly what I just did. Depends on how much you want change in this country. Because if we don't change, we're going to be what those flags are now in flames. God bless you all. Please share this if you agree, and put hashtag the change challenge or burning true flags, something like that. God bless you all.